Now more than ever, executives need to make the business case for strategic, customer-centric initiatives. Hello, I'm Ginger Conlon, Editor-in-Chief of One-to-One Media. With me today are Gartner Research Director Jim Davies and Don Peppers, a founding partner of Peppers & Rogers Group and author of Rules to Break and Laws to Follow. According to Gartner, the top objectives among European sales and marketing executives right now are to increase customer satisfaction, boost sales, and enhance upsell and cross-selling. So let's take a closer look at each. Don, how should companies today link customer satisfaction to business value?
Well, that's a really good question. And most companies calculate business value using very short-term metrics like current sales, current profit, costs, and so forth. But, customers create all the value for a business, and customers create long-term value as well. If I have a really good experience, if I'm very satisfied with my experience, then I'm going to be more likely to buy in the future. So my lifetime value has increased, and that is a value creation on your part. That experience created the value, even though we don't realize the cash effect of that value until later when I really do come in more often or when I refer others to you. So if you want to think of it this way, customer satisfaction is designed to create more long-term value than short-term value, but most businesses aren't well equipped to measure that long-term value. But we know it's there, and even though you don't measure it, it doesn't mean it's not there.
Right, and so Jim, to get to that, both that short-term and long-term customer satisfaction and hence then the business value, there are a lot of CRM technologies that are helping support the efforts out there. So what CRM technologies are you seeing companies use today to help enhance the customer experience?
It's actually a very wide variety of technologies that we see being deployed. And I think when it really comes down to it, there's three key aspects organizations need to consider when they're trying to improve the customer experience. Firstly, there's technologies that can help before the experience itself, which might sound odd. Secondly, there's technologies that can help actually during the experience. And then finally, there's technologies that can help after they've given the experience. I think all three are important elements that need to be considered. So if we look at technologies that can help before the experience, this is where the organization can begin to set expectations or potentially reset expectations of what the experience is going to be like for a customer if they have a relationship with them. And quite often, customers don't have a good expectation. They don't understand what a company's brand or the brand values and the experience is going to be like. And so consequently, when they do have an interaction, they do have a relationship with that organization, they end up being dissatisfied. So to give you a couple of examples, let's say a call center agent is giving advice to a customer on how long it's going to take for their product to be delivered. If that agent doesn't know, they might say 2-3 days. Whereas if the product turns up in a week, that customer is going to be dissatisfied. So investment there in technology to give them that visibility into that process would have been very useful. So you can actually set that expectation with the customer. An interesting example in the UK, you can probably tell I'm from the UK with my accent, is the London Underground. They've invested in electronic display screens that they put at the top of every escalator that tells customers exactly what the state of play is on every rail track. So they know which trains are running on time and which trains are going to be 2, 3, 5 minutes late. And what that does is it sets expectations with customers so they know before they get on the train if it's going to be late or not. And consequently, customers are now much happier with London Underground. So it's a good use of relatively simple technology to help set expectations of what the experience is going to be like. Now, the next part is the technologies that can actually help the experience itself, the during part of the customer experience. And we see organizations focusing primarily on this only, so they do need to spend more time on the before and after. But interestingly, when we've studied about 300 different projects that were linked to improving the customer experience, one of the key things we found was that the technologies they use to improve the customer experience are the same technologies they've been using anyway for the operational aspects of CRM. So a key takeaway is when you're looking to do any sort of CRM investment from a technology point of view, look at the impact of that technology on the customer experience, because there will be one. And to try and prioritize those investments that have that win-win capability. Those technologies that give you a big boost to productivity, but at the same time give you that boost to the customer experience. Some examples here. In sales, for example, Web 2.0 e-commerce, where now we have single-page checkout, we have auto-refresh, we have mashups, we have much better data storage, so if you go backwards and forwards, you don't lose the information you've entered. All that significantly enhances the customer experience, but at the same time results in more deals being closed online, so it's a win-win. In customer service, we've seen a huge amount of advances in online self-service, so with things such as virtual assistants or avatars, which really make sure there's a great deal of knowledge there, a great deal of intelligence there to make sure customers who go online get the right answer to their question in a very timely manner. Again, improves the customer experience, but also stops calls coming through to the call center, so it has an operational benefit as well. And in marketing, we see community management as having a key role to play here on this win-win aspect. It gives customers the ability to talk to each other and share ideas and share concerns, and it gives the marketing department the ability to bounce ideas off the customers. What do they think of this campaign? What do they think of this product idea? And the end result is a win-win, because customers get the products and services they want, and the business gets to offer to the marketplace campaigns that will resonate and products that will sell. So I think that a key thing is during the experience is to make sure you try and focus on those win-win technologies. The final piece of the puzzle is the after the experience. So you've set expectations, you've given an experience. The final piece is what you do after the experience, and that's where you capture feedback on it. How was that experience for the customer? Now, survey tool investment is a really hot area at the moment, but Gartner sees not a lot of organizations actually doing a good job here. There's far more that can be done. The ability to send concise, personalized surveys that are timely or event-driven, that are sent to specific individuals on the channel that they like talking to you on, in their preferred language, is what we should all be striving for, but very few organizations are doing that at the moment. So I think to conclude, the technologies that are really helping to improve the customer experience are those that either A, help set expectations, B, help drive the experience, and C, help capture feedback on the experience.
Well, thanks, Don, and thank you, Jim, too, for the great insights on the business value of CRM. If you'd like to learn more about driving business value from CRM initiatives, as well as managing the accompanying culture change, which we talked about, and getting the most from CRM technologies, join Jim Davies and a host of other presenters at Gartner's CRM Summit in London on March 3rd and 4th. I know I'll be there, and hopefully we'll see you there. So thanks for joining us, and on behalf of Don Peppers, Jim Davies, and I, have a great day.